Okay, this Polaris has some problems. What are you doing to the bird? I'm filming here. Okay, the problem with this Polaris is this wheel is spinning freely, and it shouldn't be doing that. This one here is a little bit tight, so there's definitely something wrong with this particular Polaris. What do you think, Kay?
It's like, I think that like sometimes in the pool it gets all the water inside, and then it breaks a little bit, and then it breaks more and more. So I think it's like that.
Okay, that's your diagnosis.
Yeah.
First I'm going to take the float off the back. I'm going to take the bag off, of course. Stop that. I'm going to remove this. It's hard to focus here. I'm going to remove this here. And this Polaris has one screw holding the body in, so I'm going to take this out, get it off. That's plastic. You can also just pull the tail right through the body without having to take the tail off. I don't want to have to replace the clip later. So there's 4 screws, 2 here and there's 2 right here. I'm going to take these 4 off and then I'm going to see what's going on with this drive shaft. So there's 4 screws there, and I forgot there's actually a 5th screw right here. Let me get this one off. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lift this up. And I'm also going to take off the shield here and see what's going on in here with this Polaris. It looks like the drive shaft is a little bit worn here. And it also stripped this wheel really good, but the fact that it's worn. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this part here. That will take care of the problem. And I'm going to replace this particular wheel because it's all worn out from it not working properly and stripping the wheel. So I got the parts for the Polaris. I got the drive shaft, the wheel, and the 2 bearings that I'm going to change out. So I'll show you how I do that to get the Polaris moving again. Even taking this apart, I'm going to take this off so I can get the bearings and the drive shaft out. So there's 2 on this side, and there's 2 over here on this side you have to remove. Okay, so I got all the screws out. Now I just need to take both of these wheels off. And once I do that, I'll be able to get the drive shaft out. So I'm going to carefully get this nut out here, and be careful you don't strip it because they're just plastic. And I'll pop this wheel off. It's a good time to check the bearings too. These have been replaced recently, so I know they're good. The wheel will just slide right off. And that'll expose the shield here. Okay, I'm going to loosen these up to get the shield off right now. And you don't necessarily need to take it completely off. Now I can work the drive shaft and the bearing out of there, no problem. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And this wheel should slide right off also. You can see the old one is slightly worn down, which caused it to kind of tear into the wheel. I'll show you the wheel right now. You can see it was just enough warp to wear down the teeth on this one. And the new one has much better teeth than the wheel itself. So it's important to change that part. That's why it wasn't moving in the pool. Whenever I change the drive shaft, I go ahead and change the bearings also. That way everything is new in there. I put the new bearings on the drive shaft, and I'm going to slide it in as one complete piece. And I'm going to drop it in here, and that should fit in there nicely. You can see it spins really well now, and that's not going to have any problem with eating away at the wheel itself. So I'm going to go ahead and screw them down right now. That way they won't fall out when I put the wheels back on. And the other side also. Of course you should line the shield up to where it has the opening for the drive shaft, which is pretty obvious when you rebuild it. So leave this side a little loose so that you can actually work the wheel over that part of the shaft and get it on there. Okay, now that I got the wheel aligned, my son's going to hold it for me while I tighten it. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Let me get this bolt. And make sure you put this washer back on, otherwise it will actually work its way loose. It's a good idea to have this part back on, don't forget that. And you want to get the nut on tight, and that's good enough right there. And go ahead and put that back on there, the tire. It's a little more difficult than it looks, huh?
Yeah.
Wheel, let's see if we got movement. Just spin that first wheel right there, and all the other ones should spin. Yep, both wheels are spinning good, and so that should solve the problem. I'll put it in the pool tomorrow and see if that works. I'm going to get these screws back in and put the plate back on. There you go. Goes
Okay.
on. This covers the drive shaft. I'll put that back on there. Okay, now I'm going to get the body back on and put it in for a good test. And let me get this tail adjuster screw back in also. And that should complete the reassembly. And I'll put the float weight back on too. And the float weight. And that completes the assembly. And you can see after I replaced the drive shaft and that one wheel, the Polaris is moving really well in the pool.